just in case. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. Your underlying energy here is the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles here is talking about work, progress, focusing on the technique and the skill set. This is also the Apprentice card, because really the focus of the Eight of Pentacles is what you're doing, how you doing it, what you're working on exactly. Okay, and I feel like this is telling me that your love life needs a little bit of work. Not saying that it's not good or nothing, but I am saying that when this card comes up, they're saying this is a work in progress. So things are okay. Every relationship isn't that great, right? Not at least in the beginning. It's wonderful. You get that new relationship going. It's fantastic, but there does need to be some work done in every relationship, before it can really blossom and be the best it can possibly be. Okay. So this right here is talking about either this is like focusing on finances. Well, like someone in your relationship is possibly focusing on finances, and finances are the big picture here, or there just needs to be some work in regards to your love life. Just saying, y'all. And it's not even probably even your fault. It just could be like, no, it's nobody's at fault when at the beginning of a relationship, right? You just gotta work on, who you guys are together, etc. So it's all about playing the game a little bit, see what's going on, okay? Because getting to know each other is a totally different world. Now, this here is the Three of Cups. So usually this is this is about friends, community, but a little lighthearted energy, right? Very platonic usually. But this could also speak of reunions, because the friends are meeting up to have a good time, right? They're having a good time together in a sense that they have gotten, they've met up. So I feel like this is talking about a reunion here, right? Big time here. I don't think this is a third party relationship. I'm not getting any other cards here. I'm not gonna say it. You guys got the Three of Pentacles in your crowning energy, but that is not three party relationship. So this is not a three party relationship, y'all. But I do think that this is possibly a reunion of some sort. And it's crossed by the Seven. Oh, excuse me. It's upside down. But it's crossed by the Seven of Wands. So, Seven of Wands. There's a bit of confidence here, which is awesome. You have that confidence. You're ready to take on the world. You see the world as pretty much like hitting you with a bunch of challenges rather than obstacles. And overall, it's pretty defensive as well. Like you're on the defense, if that makes sense. So you're ready to kind of just take on the world with this. And with it crossing the Three of Cups, I feel like this is talking about you possibly meeting someone that's really, but you kind of feel like they knocked your defenses down in a sense. Like they could have really kind of loosened you up a little bit. That, or when you met up with this person or this Three of Cups, maybe this is friends here, and you're kind of on the defense. Like you're not really sure who you can trust at this point. This is what could it be. That could be it as well. But I feel like this is something, or this reunion is something that you cherish, or something that you want to protect. This is something that's very important to you. That's what I'm getting the sense of as well. In the past, you have the Four of Wands. So this talks about a higher level of commitment here. This is reaching a place of stability, and celebrating where you've how far you've come to such a solid, pretty like a solid kind of foundation here. And this is a great card. This is, every time I see this card, especially in love life readings, somebody got into a relationship, somebody started to date exclusively, all that goodness. So this is an excellent card to see. I don't have the Hierophant, so I can't say someone's getting married, but I can say that some of y'all definitely found someone that is very special, which hence can make sense with the Seven of Wands. There could be some defensiveness that, in regards to protection, like you guys could be feeling overly protective of your relationship right now. But in your present, y'all have the Ace of Swords. So this here is talking about new beginnings in regards to new ideas, and new perspectives, and a new way of communicating. So one of the things here that you had for the underlying energy, remember, is the Eight of Pentacles, which is talking about work in progress, communication. There's a bit of there's a bit of defensive energy here, and I think it's in regards to possibly communicating. That's what's pulling it out for me. And I feel like with this being, this being here, right, you're beginning a process in where you're having to communicate more clearly. You're really recognizing your truth. So you're going to want to speak your truth more, because when you speak the truth, it pushes you towards victory. So that is totally awesome. And when you're starting out a new relationship here, since this is in the past, this relationship is something that you want to build upon honesty. And I think that really this is really working on truth, honesty, and communication all at once. And it's a work in progress. It takes some time. I mean, you got to let those defenses down eventually, you know what I mean? But you're not going to do it overnight. You got to make sure this person you trust, you know what I'm saying? You guys could have been in a relationship where somebody hurt you, and you're not really ready to kind of like get into it like that. I mean, you guys may be in a relationship, but you guys some stuff you need to work on in regards to being honest. So, what you guys have in the future is justice. So this is evening the odds, you know. This is balancing karma, okay? So this is good to see, especially if what you're trying to do now is really kind of keep the balance, or like, well, no, not more keep the balance, but keep everything clear, cut, and precise. And there's no lying, no deception, no nothing. Because the Ace of Swords, that's a good card to get. It's a very healthy and positive card, I feel. Um, and when justice comes up in your future, that's talking about evening the odds. You know what I mean? That talks about, balancing them scales, getting things right. For some of y'all, you guys could be seeking legal help. Because I'm not getting any like divorce cards. I'm not getting any of that. I'm not getting any sort of divorce, anything. Death. Okay, so letting go of the old and embracing the new, y'all. So this is about karma, okay? Okay, justice is karma. So what I feel is like there is some defensive energy. There is some issues in the past, possibly with a third party relationship. Now I know I said this isn't a third party relationship, but I don't feel like this is a third party relationship. I think there is a defensive energy and worry in regards to there being a third party relationship. So if that's anything, okay. Because there's Three of Cups. This is talking about reunions and getting back together. Y'all could have gotten back together with your ex, all right? With a friend. To clarify, the Three of Cups, y'all have the Five of Wands. So there's some conflict here. Yeah. You got Seven of Wands. So perhaps within a reunion of someone, or, either with your friend or something like that, or perhaps a third party relationship, you're on the defense and you're not really sure, you're arguing about it, you're trying to get to the bottom of things, but I don't think that there's a third party relationship here. There's speaking of truths here. This is the beginning of, this is a new beginning here with the truth. For some of you guys just could be really focusing on honesty and really kind of working on how you specify and, practice words. Because, not practice words, but practice communication. Eight of Pentacles is the underlying energy. The Ace of Swords is your present. The Ace of Swords is a new way of communicating. For some of you guys could be dealing with a partner that just doesn't know how to communicate, and there's a little bit back and forth there. You're on defense because this is something that you cherish. This is something that you like, that you love. You got a relationship here. This is something you don't want to jeopardize, but at the same time, you're not gonna deal with somebody that's not gonna talk. Okay, so for some of y'all could be dealing with somebody that's not communicating, and they're kind of giving you a hard time, so which is making you kind of feel a little bit defensive. But don't worry though, the future is good. You got justice there, so there's going to be, karma's going to kick in, things are going to even itself out, and it's due to letting go of a phase where there probably simply was no communication and embracing a new beginning that is embracing something new with you and this person that's going to really kind of launch you guys forward. And the crowning energy for y'all the next couple weeks, y'all, is the Three of Pentacles. Okay? So, Three of Pentacles, what does that mean? You're planning the future with somebody, right? So you're really wanting to make this relationship work because you have plans, y'all. All right, you guys want a plan. The best way to kind of get through this, though, I think, is to work out the practical in your relationship. Work out the practicalities in your future. What you need to do to get to a much more solid place. Because the Four of Wands is a great card. It talks about relationships, higher level commitment, right? But I feel like at the same time, though, it's not as super solid as like a ten of Pentacles, right? So I feel like with the Three of Pentacles there, it's telling you that this, this, just like the Five of Wands, they're sparring for a purpose. They're sparring for a purpose. They're arguing back and forth for a purpose. Remember that purpose and why you're trying to do that, because your future is what you want to build towards. And you can't do something for the future if you don't have anything solid now. You have a relationship, which is talking about a good place to start, but you gotta get somewhere else. You gotta have that, that communication to be good. Since you're starting that now, since you're starting that new beginning now in regards to communicating, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be all right because you guys are on the right track. It's just gonna take some work. It's gonna take some practice. And it's sure as hell gonna take some patience, okay? Because the Eight of Pentacles is slow, okay? But you still have to, with the Eight of Pentacles, there is that, that process where you're kind of working towards what the issue is. You're keeping your thoughts in the now and how you're doing everything, how you're communicating with your partner. And I feel like that right there is what's going to propel you to be able to communicate what you need and what you want to be able to propel yourself to the future. So, honestly, y'all, this is good. Now, the reason why I wasn't thinking this was a third-party relationship is because y'all have, this could be the one. This is somebody that you've already met, someone that you know, and I feel like this is someone that you really want to have a good relationship with. So you are going to be defensive about this reunion, even though you guys may have arguments here and there. So I applaud y'all for really pushing through, getting your stuff straight for yourselves as far as communication and being able to communicate with your partner, even if they're being a hard ass. Just a work in progress. Keep working at it. The future is near, so you got stuff. You got something to look forward to as far as karma getting straight. You looking towards the future, but like I said, be sure to really kind of remember the goal process, right? You're really building yourself for the future. You're building the relationship for the future. It may not be quote unquote actual planning, but I think that this is definitely really focusing on the future here, okay? Now, y'all have a leg up, okay? So this is very close to the Three of Cups, right? With it, it talks about friends, letting your friends help you, community, etc. I feel like with the leg up, this is talking about here allowing your partner to help you, or maybe your friends to help you, give you some advice. It's okay to communicate what's going on, because especially if it's a little hard, you don't know everything, and you're not supposed to, you're not meant to, because it's so much going on in the world. Now, for some of y'all, you guys could be defensive in the fact that you don't really want any help, or you're on the defense in regards to getting some help in regards to a relationship. I think more so you're kind of defensive, and you're not. There's some confrontation because there's so much defense. There could be, again, some trust issues. I'm saying, so because when Three of Cups is there, this is trust, reunion, friendship. That's what I see when I see the Three of Cups. I mean, you don't have friends and not trust them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is saying, like, you have help available to you. You have help around you. Let them help you a little bit. It's all right. Sometimes we can't push everything by ourselves, and that's okay. If you don't want the help, you don't want the help. But you have people around you that you can help, that can use. You can not use. You don't want to use people, but they are there to help you. Okay, so don't worry about it. If you're stuck in a muck or stuck in some sort of situation, remember that you got people that love you and are willing to help.